Hey friends, Tori here with Rocky Mountain Voice. Colorado is having a week of chaos, courage, controversy, and some major turning points, from auto theft fallout and a massive fentanyl bust to a campus meltdown over free speech and huge shifts in land and energy policy. Nationally, birth rates, the EPA, and bombshell DOJ filings are reshaping big political conversations. Here is your sharp, unfiltered roundup for November 19th. Let's dive in. Colorado is still reckoning with the auto theft crisis lawmakers created over the past decade. Policies that labeled older cars low value turned thousands of family lifelines into easy targets, pushing the state to number one in the nation for auto theft. Lawmakers finally reversed the penalties in 2023, but the damage remains. The State Patrol is now urging victims to apply for reimbursement programs because the system failed them on the front end, a stark reminder that Colorado is cleaning up its mess after its own policy choices. In Highlands Ranch, yes, Highlands Ranch, the community is stunned after the largest fentanyl seizure in Colorado history. A man who legally purchased a storage unit opened it to find nearly 1.7 million fentanyl pills, 12 kilograms of fentanyl powder, and meth tied to a cartel operation across multiple states. DEA officials say this bust alone represents thousands of lives saved. At Fort Lewis College, chaos erupted after the student government reversed its earlier decision and approved a TPUSA chapter on campus. Cheers from supporters quickly turned into shouting, a physical assault, and a profanity-filled meltdown from a professor caught on video screaming Nazi and fascist at students. Witnesses say campus police barely intervened, and RMV has filed CORA requests after claims that no police report was taken. Meanwhile, Colorado's State Land Board finalized a decade-long deal to sell 46,000 acres in La Jara to the BLM, Forest Service, and CPW, a move years in the making to protect open space still critical to local ag families. But on the flip side, a new commentary raises alarms about the Land Board's direction under Governor Polis, saying the recent acquisition of Lake Fork Ranch signals a shift away from traditional agriculture towards revenue-generating entrepreneurial ventures like carbon credits, recreation, and biodiversity markets, leaving rural communities skeptical. Colorado's energy landscape is shifting too. Uranium mining, once left for dead, is making a comeback as nuclear power becomes central to U.S. energy independence. Colorado entrepreneur George Glazier is working to reopen mines and build a new processing plant after the Trump administration reclassified uranium as a critical mineral, unlocking new support for domestic production. And on the campaign trail, a Colorado mom is reminding voters what conviction looks like. In a deeply personal commentary, she describes how running for school board meant vandalized signs, online harassment, and social pressure. But it also taught her never to apologize for values like parental rights, protecting girls' sports, and keeping ideology out of classrooms. In national news, a new commentary argues that birth rates, not slogans, may quietly reshape America's political future. Studies show conservative families tend to have more children, pass on their values at higher rates, and form stronger community structures. The piece argues culture is downstream from cribs, and long-term demographic trends may tilt the political map more than any campaign tactic. Next, the EPA is moving to clarify the waters of the United States rule after years of costly confusion. The Trump administration's proposed update aims to finally create a stable definition that won't change every election cycle, fixing the Obama-era significant nexus standard that let the federal government regulate everything from puddles to seasonal streams, hitting farmers and landowners hardest. And big developments out of the DOJ. Newly discovered notes show James Comey's congressional obstruction indictment hinges not only on his misleading testimony about FBI leaks, but also his previous claims that he didn't recall the CIA's Clinton plan intel, even though Brennan briefed him in 2016. The grand jury rejected a third charge, but the DOJ is still using that evidence to strengthen the obstruction case. Well, folks, that is your Mountain Minute for November 18th. Feels like we had lots of news today, but just your standard. Read every full story at RockyMountainVoice.com. I'm Tori. Stay sharp, stay bold, and stay in the fight. We'll see you later this week.